One of these days, I'm going to have someone that'll sit next to me and they will say, "Yo, dude, get off the thumbnail. It's time to start the show." What's up, everybody? Welcome. That was a little much. I got flat hair because we were training today, doing some videos. Let's see. I could probably show you guys this really cool. I'm going to show you it this way because this works out better. Here we go. Ben and I were hitting pads earlier. Boom. There it is, baby. We're warming up. Warming up. Got the big fight coming up less than a month in Dubai, December 6th, against Eric Grimace. He is a friend, but he's a friend only until we get into the ring. And then we'll be friends after the ring. But I hope you guys are having a great day, man. It has been slam-a-jamming for me. Obviously moving from one thing to the next, but that's how we do it here, man. It's a fucking bull run. Woo! Now, I'll tell you what did I tell you guys, though, huh? What did I tell you? It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep ripping. It's a bull run. No shit, but we have to come back down. And it's like, think of it like a fight, man. Bitcoin win out there. And you guys heard me making the analogies all week about the win out there, shot its wad right off the rip, shooting up to $93.4 thousand. Come on, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This is a bull run. You got to remember that. So what happened right now, it might be the end of first round. You know what I mean? Bitcoin's got to catch its breath. Have you ever been in a fight? Have you ever been in the ring or the pit? I'll tell you what, after the first round, you might be. That's what Bitcoin needs to do right now. Bitcoin needs to take a breath. And with that being said, there's a lot of things suggesting that we might see this thing dip down into the low 80s. We're at 87.7 right now. We'll obviously get to the numbers towards the tail end of the show. We'll get through some news, and then we'll get to some numbers. And then importantly, also, we're going to be doing a giveaway today. We're going to give away $500 in one of my favorite Solana meme coins right now. It is ticker VHS. And if you don't know what a VHS is, you might have grown up on DVDs. You might just be a streaming baby. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, this one's got nostalgia all over it. There are no animals involved. It is just straight up fun. So we're going to do a giveaway towards the tail end of the show for that. So don't you worry. Make sure you stick around. I'm going to be giving away, the VHS. So there we go. Shout out to my folks in the chat. We got everybody on the YouTube. My gosh, nice to see you all. Blocky, Mike Lowry. We got Neil. Holy shit, Neil's doing double duty. He's on X and YouTube. Dougie Doug, my guy. Blocky, Crypto Carter. Everybody's in the house today. Mike Vollmer. Who got the gold medal today? Blocky got the gold. Good for you, my guy. All right, guys, make sure you smash the like if you are watching on YouTube. If you are watching on X, hit the heart. It's really easy. I'll do tutorials all day. All day I can show you guys how to do this stuff because it's easy. But what I don't understand is why you guys don't do it. Really quick, I've changed my my Twitter handle. So it's not at CryptoJChains anymore. It's just at JChainsX. Way better, more streamlined, a lot more geared up for the future here. But all right, let's just look at this. So say you're watching. Oh, it didn't flip. Okay, there it is. All right. So you're watching the show. Wow, look at that guy. He looks great. And that's set. I'll tell you what. All right. So there you're watching the show. You just go like this. Now you see this stuff down here. That's the stuff. That's what you're looking for. So you hit the little one that's a heart. I'll like my own video just so that you guys can see. See? Look at that. And then you just go like this. Boom! You're back in action, baby. It's that easy to go ahead and like a video on X. So I appreciate you guys doing that. I appreciate you being here. It's really important for me to let you guys know. You literally could be anywhere in the world. There's a lot going on, a lot of shows, a lot of things happening. We're all busy people. I get it. But you're here hanging out with me, and I appreciate you so much. So let's have a good time doing it. And you should reward yourself with a little pat on the back. And you can do that by smashing the like and hitting the heart. Whew, Dougie Doug, heart and like smashed. That's my guy right there. Dougie, I might see Doug in Dubai. And if you guys are feeling squirrely and courageous and you want to come out to Dubai, not only am I fighting, obviously Ben is fighting Ansem, so there'll be a pretty good card. I don't know who else. I don't know of any other fights on the card at this particular moment. I saw one of the other ones. I've seen a guy. He actually boxed in the tournament. So when Ben was there for London, there was this 4-man boxing tournament, and one of the guys that I've seen on another poster for the show for the event on the 6th, he's boxing, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see. Chubb, 70K market cap, and that Alpha Logic is going to push this weekend. Okay, Chubbs, we like. That's our guy, Alpha Logic, Spaceman. Got a like from both. Flying out on the 4th through the night, coming back Sunday the 8th. My guy. All right. So, man, that's special. That is special. Doug's going to get his second CFN corner shirt. So, Doug, obviously, you'll be there in the corner for me, 100%. I appreciate you, Doug. Anybody else that shows up, you're in my corner. That's how it works. So, all right, let's get into some news. I want to get through some news articles just so we can, get to the numbers part and then make sure that we do our giveaway. So you are going to want to make sure that that you tune in and tune until the end. All right, let's get into this. We'll get into some more of that later. All right, let's see here. We need to share the screen. Ooh, Bath and Body Works. You guys getting ready for Christmas? You doing your Christmas shopping yet? Some people take care of that stuff very early. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be waiting until Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. But all right, Bitcoin touches record high above 93,000. It was actually on Femex. It was 93,400. That was the top on there. Some exchanges obviously were a little bit different, but so we touched 93,000 on optimism around Trump's pro-crypto promises. There it is. 93,400. That was on Femex. I don't know what other exchanges that it hit on, but definitely on Femex on the Bitcoin perpetuals. That's where we hit. The world's largest crypto, which has been at the center of the Trump trade, catalyzing more moves across a range of assets, is up more than 30% since Election Day. It was up 30% in like 3 days in this last week when it ripped. I mean, if we look at, and we'll look at this when we look at the numbers and the charts and all that stuff, but if you guys paid attention, that chart, the Bitcoin chart, you could put yourself on the 5-minute. The 5-minute chart looked like a typical daily chart. It was wild how we were pumping. Obviously, since the pressure has slowed down, the buy pressure, which is good. We need that. That's healthy. A lot of people are, we're talking shit or saying like, hey, I thought you were bullish. I am bullish. I am extremely bullish. I'm also very realistic. And I've been here a couple cycles. I understand what happens. Maybe it's going to take a little bit longer to get the breath that I was talking about. Like, I honestly thought we were going to see that earlier in this week, but it's Thursday. We're going into the weekend after tomorrow. We know what happens. We just pumped a fucking almost Valhalla. Almost. I'm surprised we didn't hit 95. I figured that these nerds were just going to keep trying to push it, but, we tapped out. Now we got something to shoot for. Now we got a goal. 93,400 is our next. Let's see. The price of Bitcoin has more than doubled this year. Finally, I got the first one. And I know a lot of people here are probably dealing with the same thing. But yesterday, I got my first message from a cousin who said, holy shit, what's up with Bitcoin? And are you rich yet? And I started laughing. I was like, well, we're not there yet, right? We're doing well. We're very excited where things are going. 93K this early. Man, it's a strong indicator that we might have a really good bull run, right? And I've got some other things in play, different ecosystems. We got RWAs. I am going to be touching a little bit into the gaming ecosystem, even though it's not my biggest pleasure point. Gaming's not my thing, but I understand the importance of it. So I got a few horses in the race. But that's the whole thing, man, is we're going to start getting some conversations from our families, and Thanksgiving's coming up. And you guys know in the stories past, in years past, about all the things that are going on Thanksgiving, giving advice for crypto, telling your family to buy this, buy that, do this, getting them wrecked. No more. Not this year. This year's a different story, baby. This year, you are going to be the king or the queen if you're a lady. But I assume most of you guys are guys. This is going to be the year where you can make a difference. You can finally get that person in your family that said, man, yo, Jay Chains. Well, they don't call me that. They call me Justin. So you're right. I told a pretty well-off member of my family, I was like, listen, You got money. Put 100K in. Just see what happens. Like, you're not going to lose it. It's a bull run year. And I tell you what, Bitcoin was about $20,000 when I said that. I'm just saying, smash the like, hit the heart, do the things. Let's get back into our articles. All right. Exit solo layout. Why is this not working? There we go. Whoa. There we go. All right. Investors flock to Bitcoin. We know that is the institutional boys and gals are really pushing this thing high. The president-elect has suggested appointing a crypto presidential advisory council, firing Gary Gensler, and creating a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. We know that Cynthia Loomis is probably going to be spearheading that. Although I think we're going to look at an article about some other, like Pennsylvania. Man, I don't know if it's the. I'll just read the headline for you. Pennsylvania proposes a Bitcoin reserve to recognize Bitcoin's value. We'll get into that one in a little bit here. Let's see here. Talking about the Department of Governmental Efficiency, or Doge. By the way, has nothing to do with Dogecoin, as you guys know. Let's see. The meme coin soared after Trump and Tesla CEO. After Trump said Tesla CEO Elon Musk said the former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy would be in charge of a new. So Vivek is going to run the Doge. And so this was funny that, we were talking about this, and on Ben's show today, one of the things we were talking about was this whole thing with Elon and how this Department of Government Efficiency is actually a third-party organization. It's not an actual governmental organization. And with that being said, I had the idea. I was like, well, wait a second. If Elon Musk were to join a cabinet, if he wanted an actual cabinet position, he would have to remove himself from power at Tesla and SpaceX. But if you're a third-party advisory organization, you don't have to do that. So he doesn't have to relinquish any of his duties, which was funny that we were talking about when Nashville was happening, right? When Nashville was going on and Elon's plane was flying over and it landed and then took off and it was coming back. And everybody thought, oh God, he's going to announce that he's going to be a cabinet member. And we were thinking like, holy shit, all this activity, man, but what about his businesses? There it is. You make it a third-party thing like that, not more of an advisory board versus an official cabinet, and he doesn't have to give up his duties. Crypto-related equities, including names like Coinbase and Robinhood, were not participating along Bitcoin's run to record levels and appeared to take a breather after recent runs, with Coinbase stock off about 2% on Wednesday, and Robinhood, little has changed. Here we go. Oh, we love quotes. We continue to view crypto assets as a speculative trade rather than a strategic investment in portfolios, UBS Global Wealth Managing Chief Investment Officer America's Solita Marcelli said in a note Tuesday. Well, America's Solita Marcelli, you're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. We are skeptical that crypto assets can make significant inroads in meaningful and disruptive real-world use cases, and they can significantly raise a portfolio's volatility. Go fuck yourself. Who is this person? Let's look up America's Solita Marcelli. My brother, his wife's name is Marcelli, but it's her first name, not last name. Solita Marcelli. Small caps. Is that what the name of that website was? Barron's, this Wall Street. Large tech, small caps, industrials, and gold. Well, that's why she's a stock person. Boomer, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to say? Boomer. All right, next article. This is, Franklin Templeton ain't no chump either. Franklin Templeton expands a $410 million money market fund to the Ethereum blockchain. Hey, here we go. Ethereum is by far the most popular blockchain for issuers of tokenized traditional assets with a current market cap of $1.6 billion. And we know that is going to fly high. Conservative reports. Now, I think this is going to be spread about all the blockchains, all the different projects, everything within the ecosystem. But conservatively, the statistic and the metric that people are looking for is by 2030, we should see $16 to $30 trillion in the RWA ecosystem. That's massive. Massive, because it's like 500 billion right now. Franklin Templeton's on-chain U.S. government money market fund can now be traded on ETH. We just said that. The fund is already available on several other blockchains, including most recently Base, Aptos, and Avalanche. Here we go. Ethereum is the most popular pick among institutional and enterprise level adopters. The retail is probably going to be moving away from Ethereum, as we know. But my NFTs, my Bored Apes, I'm getting one. You guys should get one too. Franklin Templeton has expanded the trading of its on-chain money market fund, or FOB. That's like the man, FOBXX. That's like the code for my Harley. I have a 2019 Harley Street Bob, and it's like very similar to that. That's funny. Let's see here. That we already talked about that. The FOBXX launched in 2021. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Yeah, baby. BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, or the BIDL, moved to the top of the list just 6 weeks after its launch in late March. It currently stands at $545 million, while the second largest fund, Ondo's US dollar yield USDY, is at $452 million. So, as you know, the BlackRock BIDL Fund, the Ondo USDY, and OUSG all participating in that ecosystem. That's why it is going to be, and we'll be looking at an Ondo article in a second here. I think it's a BlackRock article and then an Ondo tweet, something like that. But there is some activity moving. So get ready, guys. If you don't have your bags packed, I know that everybody likes their fucking meme coins. I get it. But at some point, you got to think, man, there's like a weird delay. At some point, you got to think of it like you're a traditional investor, right? Like the meme coin thing, I get it. It's speculation. It's fun. It's basically the NFT bros infiltrating the crypto scene. I get it, bro. It's cool, but it's not going to fucking get you anywhere, right? Hanging out, jerking off with your friends in a Discord literally is not going to get you anywhere. Now, some people do get rich on it because they're early, but the people who round trip that shit are going to get fucking wrecked. Got it? Okay, so now we move forward and we think, what's the next move? The next move is to put your money into some coins that are going to have staying power, that are going to be worth a damn, that are going to do something for the world. You got to have some conviction plays. I've said this before. I know some people disagree with me, and I don't care. But you shouldn't have more than 5 to 10% of your entire portfolio in meme coins. You just shouldn't. That's not the right idea. You have to be thinking about this like a smarter investor, right? Think about it. The odds of your favorite meme coin going to $1 gazillion, very rare, but you get yourself into a couple, maybe top 50 coins, maybe you throw a couple in the 100, maybe even you top into the top 50, 500, excuse me, whatever. You find a couple picks, but don't be loading your entire bag on a hope and a wish and a prayer on something that might not even be ranked. Right? Because when you inevitably lose that $1,000 or whatever it is, or it goes down to like $200, whatever, you're going to be sad. And you're going to be like, damn, man, Jay Chains was right. I probably should have put some of my money into something that was going to perform a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. Smash a like, hit the heart, do the things, guys. I appreciate you. There's like 200 people watching the show. Thank you so much for being here. You can reward yourself. The old pat on the back by hitting the like, hitting the heart, doing the thing. Remember, we're giving away $500 in a little bit here, so you don't want to miss it. Neil's talking about we trade like jerk-offs, maybe. Absolutely. Even I do sometimes. It's all, think about it. Like, okay, let's talk about like what we, in the morning show. I'm always advocating about trying to make yourself 1% better, all that kind of stuff, right? And so if you can do that, that even like could apply to your trading, right? It could apply to your investing strategy. Try to just make some things better, make some adjustments. This is a great time to make some adjustments. You got a lot of things are, Bitcoin's I wouldn't say in a free fall. Let's take a look at on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, it looks better than it does on some other charts, but I mean, it's good that we're getting a little bit of a breather, right? We need this. We absolutely need this. It would be great to see this thing come down into the high 7. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to hold off. We'll get back to Bitcoin in just a second here. Shout out to my chat. Whoa, Ellie's saying, did you guys hear Caspa's getting on Kraken on the 19th? Woo! I wonder what Kraken is doing. We'll have to take a We will take a look at some numbers in a second. Now, let's get through these articles so we can just be done with it. Not to be done with it, but we want to look at numbers, man. We want to get rich. That's what we want. All right, next article. This is the BlackRock one. This article came out yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Talked about it a little bit. BlackRock expands the BUIDL with cross-chain integration to spread investment opportunities. Right? I'll put all your eggs in a basket. BlackRock has basically just told you the same thing. And that's number one investing strategy. There's several. You never invest more than you can afford to lose, yada, 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 all that stuff. But diversification. And I get it. And I had this conversation with somebody just the other day. We were talking about diversification. And you have to think traditionally, like look at some of the look at some of our parents or some of the people that you hear, like the guy that made $20 million off the Home Depot stock, when he held all that kind of stuff. It's like some of these people, and there are success stories. There are definitely success stories where somebody puts all of their eggs into one basket and it works out for them, right? And good for them. And you have to applaud those situations. But I believe that those are the exceptions to the rule. And so that's not how you shouldn't strive to do that. That shouldn't be your route, right? You should try to do it a little differently. Anyway, let's get into these articles. I know we're gonna. What else in the chat? Caspa is the Bitcoin killer. No, I thought that was Jasmy, wasn't it? No, Jasmy is the Japanese Bitcoin. Caspa, really, I like Caspa for making money. I like it for the mining. I know a lot of people that mine Caspa or did mine Caspa, and I love the ecosystem. But I tell you what, it's not going to kill Bitcoin. No, it's not. How many coins came advertised as the Ethereum killer, and how many of them killed Ethereum? None. Nothing is going to kill Bitcoin either. Don't be silly. VHS, defend the tape. Be kind, rewind, do all that stuff, right? I thought Bitcoin was the Japanese. Bitcoin is the Chinese Bitcoin. Jasmy is the Japanese Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely not the Bitcoin killer. It is awesome, though. I agree with you, and I think it's a great investment. I think Caspa is going to do very well. And when we look at TradingView, we'll look at where originally, because I still have, when we started, I forgot about this. When we started our October portfolio, all those lines and all that stuff, I kept all those, so we can take a look at and see, what we were looking at before, where things are at right now, because maybe it's time to flip some of these positions. Some of them are doing very well, and some of them are not. Jasmy is only at 1,022, whereas Brett, that's at 2,000. So that's doubled. You got Pith, which has done 23% at 1,200. I mean, not as good. And you've got the Graph. So the Graph and Pith of our 4 coins that we added in. Now, remember, we had XRP, but we sold it. Now, did we sell it early? Yeah, but a little bit. It doesn't matter. I still have XRP in my bed. This is just for this portfolio. But I sold the XRP and got into Brett. Brett doubled, right? So that works because XRP did not double. So I could always now, $1,000 could be our metric. So now that we got $2,000 in Brett, we could take that 1,000 off the table and put back into XRP. Something to think about. Now our portfolio is growing with house money. Y'all get it now? Grow your portfolio with house money. You think it's going to 10x? I don't disagree with that at all. And we'll look at the chart in just a second here. All right, BlackRock. Let me make sure. You guys know I'm terrible at bringing back up the screen. So, all right, click the button. There we go. BlackRock announced on November 13th that it was launching its tokenized BUIDL fund on Aptos, AVAX, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Optimism. The tokenized fund will expand its access to multiple blockchains through new share classes. And according to BlackRock's BUIDL expansion, represented an evolutionary step for real-world asset tokenization. Man, we are so excited for this. Here's the company doing it, Securitized. Let's go to this tweet, share this tab. Boy, the internet's moving a little slow today. BlackRock launches the new BittlShare Act classes across multiple blockchains, as I said a second ago: Aptos, Arbitrum, AVAX, Optimism, and Polygon. This multi-chain expansion marks a major step forward for real-world asset tokenization. Guys, it is happening, and it is going to get hot and heavy. Here, let's look at Aptos. We'll just look at these little Aptos network is a next-generation Layer 1 blockchain. Aptos' breakthrough technology and programming language Move are designed to evolve, improve performance, and strengthen user safeguards. Arbitrum, a customizable, interoperable set of solutions designed to scale Ethereum, its flagship blockchain. Arbitrum 1 dominates L2 TVL with deep liquidity and streamlined deployment capabilities, powering DeFi innovation. We got Avalanche. AVAX is a high-performance L1 blockchain network built for scaling. The mix of EVM compatibility, interoperability, speed, low fees, and customizability has attracted an ecosystem of high-quality tokenized assets, as well as broader institutional adoption. Ethereum, we know Ethereum. Optimism is building the superchain, a unified network of blockchains built on a standard code base that shares security, governance, and values. Together, OP chains in the superchain ecosystem are working to grow Ethereum to an internet-level scale. Boom. Last but not least, Polygon, or POL is the new ticker, with deep liquidity and bleeding edge features like account abstraction and parallelized execution. Polygon POS is a stable, widely adopted EVM compatible blockchain protocol for scaling Ethereum that is user and developer friendly. Well, there you go. You got Polygon. They chimed in on that. Next step in the evolution of tokenization. None of the other ones did. Good job, Polygon. Good job, Polygon, for getting in there. Here we go. This was the other thing that I wanted to bring up about Ondo, guys. And I'm going to need your help. I told you in the morning show, I'm going to need your help. Because look, Wall Street 2.0 is coming. The next era of finance will be revealed at our first ever Ondo Summit. We can't wait to show you what's next. Save the date. I've already saved the date. It's February 6th. It's in New York, but look, I need you guys. Look at this. Nobody. I got no fucking help here. I need you. I need you guys to go in here and start blowing this thing up. Like the shit out of this. Leave comments. I want to be the MC for the Ondo Summit, and I need your help to make it happen. Can we make this happen, chat? Can we do this? Can I count on you? There's almost 300 people watching this show. At least a couple of you are going to go and like that, leave a comment, say, hell yeah, he should be the MC. We want J-Chains. We want J-Chains. Can't wait. I will do such a good job. I would even wear a suit. Maybe Rand can be the MC. Go fuck yourself. Nobody wants Rand to be the MC. Brian Gensler. What are you, Gary's cousin or nephew or son? Brian Gensler. Still offended. Ran. The crowd won't even be able to see him. He's like 4 feet tall. I don't have a bone to pick with him. I just think that I would rather be the MC than Ran. And I've been talking about Ondo for a lot longer than he is. I can guarantee you that. I don't even know if he's talking about it. I don't watch his stuff. I don't consume content. I just make it. All right. Here's another article that we'll get into today. Robinhood is adding Solana and other crypto for the U.S. traders. We know, was it Pepe? Here we go. Robinhood Markets is broadening its crypto offerings for U.S. traders, adding tokens like Solana and meme coin Pepe as the frenzy continues for Bitcoin and other digital assets in the wake of Trump's presidential election win. Let's see. Said Robinhood's also offering Cardano and XRP for its U.S. customers, bringing the total number of crypto available to 19. Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. Trading. Let's see. Robinhood Markets. We know that. We said that. Here we go. We love quotes. Now, this is from Robinhood's crypto vice president and general manager, Johan Karbat. We've consistently heard from our customers that they want access to more digital assets, and we're excited to continue expanding our crypto offering. With lower barriers to entry, we believe crypto presents an opportunity for those who have been historically left behind by the traditional finance system. I agree with you. I love that. Robinhood's not my favorite, but at the end of the day, it has users. And if there's a will and a want and a need, that will be fulfilled by consumers. And so that's great. More options. I love it. Is Robinhood my favorite platform? No. Do I use it? Nope. It's like Coinbase. I don't use it. It's not my favorite platform at all. However, I see it's very important. And I do like the fact that it is a very, very easy barrier to entry and on and off ramp for many people, especially when you're just getting into the space. And it could be very cumbersome. It can be very annoying. And we all know that. And that's one of the biggest challenges that we have in crypto over the next several years while we bring in actual normal people, not just us crypto nerds, is that we got to find a way for this stuff to be easy to use. Like when you go on the internet, you don't have to remember a code for the rest of your life. And if you lose it, you can never go on the internet. And when you go to your bank, if you lose your code, you're never going to lose access to all of your money in the bank, right? We got to do things a little differently. We set it up for this. We had this pipe dream of the decentralization and all this stuff to change the world. But at the end of the day, it is good. It is good, but we're not going to have true decentralization. Centralization is what's going to usher in mass adoption. And then from there, once the people are in, then you can go ahead and take the next step into the DeFi world. But we're not there yet. But I like things like this. Robinhood, think about Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that kind of stuff. The honor is this way. You don't have to deal with Gemini. You don't have to deal with Coinbase, all that stuff. If you just wanted to go into the system and buy some Bitcoin, and you can only buy Bitcoin on Cash App. And I think Venmo and PayPal, they have some other options, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 or 5 other options. But the whole idea is that it's easy and people use those apps. And it's not that hard, right? And if you're already using Cash App, you know how to do it. There you go. Blocky uses Robinhood for his ETFs. He's up 105% on his Bitcoin ETF. Congratulations, sir. It's a bull run, baby. I can't wait until we are all just swimming in cash, having a good time. We're all loaded. We're driving Lambos. You guys have girlfriends. I got a wife, so I'm fine. But you guys have girlfriends. And then we can just meet out have pizza parties everywhere we want. I'll hop in the J-Chain's jet. I'll probably have it wrapped. J-Chain's on one side, Web3 breakfast on the other. And we'll just drive and fly around and pick people up, and we'll just party up in the sky. That's the plan. We're far away from that, but maybe one day. All righty. That is actually it. Nope, I lied to you. We have our one more article about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania proposes a Bitcoin reserve to recognize BTC value. Pennsylvania. Okay. Trump supports building a U.S. Bitcoin reserves, pledging to prevent Bitcoin sales if reelected. Well, he was reelected, so we don't have to use the word if there. I know Cynthia Lummis has been moving forward with this, but now Pennsylvania. What does Pennsylvania have to say? New legislation in Pennsylvania could make it among the first states in the United States to hold Bitcoin on its... Okay, so this is a state-by-state thing. Got you. So it's not a federal government. This is a state-by-state. Ooh, I like this. This is even better. Now, the feds are going to have it, and each state's going to have a reserve. Man, I'll tell you what, we thought Bitcoin was going to be expensive. Price shock is going to hit very soon here, because if we domino effect states individually starting to have reserves and the federal government has a reserve, guys, literally there's only 21 million Bitcoin and there's probably 3 million lost, right? Let's just say there's 18 million Bitcoin that will ever actually be in existence. 18 million. Having a whole coin at some point is going to be so unobtainable. And this is really interesting. You start to think about now, if Pennsylvania is going to start having strategic reserves, and our government has a strategic reserve, and they're not going to sell it. And I think they said something about like 30 years or whatever. There was some, maybe 30 years is a little bit off, or 10, 15 or whatever it ends up being. But that's like staking, guys. That is like coins being off the market. And as long as they're not selling them, you know what happens, right? When you only buy. Have you ever participated in a meme coin with a honeypot? Have you ever done that? That's like a really good example of what the buy pressure is going to happen. When no one is selling, but everyone's buying, what do you think happens? At some point, there might be nothing to buy. That might ruin the market. I don't know. There'll be always somebody will always be willing to sell some Bitcoin for some money, especially when it gets to those numbers. But when we talk about $100,000 Bitcoin, or I do firmly believe that we could see 330,000 in this particular run, maybe at the peak, especially if things are going exactly like they're going. And we'll look at the chart, and I will show you, because we did it this morning. This last move from the pump to where we ended up today before we started dumping down. So this was. It was probably about 9:30 this morning. It was before that, because at 9:30 when the market opened, between 9:30 and 10, we saw a huge candle down. So this was before that. So we still had some pumpage. We still had some of that candle left. Over the last week, what it went up, if we saw that same metric growth within 2 days from today, we'd be at $121,000. I'm telling you, man, this thing has the chance. I'm caught in a short right now. Hopefully not for long, because we're moving. We're cooking. We're peanut oil, baby. We're going down. We know we have to be, right? We need a cool off period. We need to come down and consolidate. If we look at, we'll look at the chart here. Did we finish this article? Who gives a shit? We are going to pump, guys. Bitcoin is just going to absolutely tear up the market. And I'm really excited for all of us. Go ahead, smash the like, hit the heart, do the things. We got 313 people in here. Let's fucking go. All right, let's swing it on over to CoinMarketCap. We're going to start looking at some coins here in just a second. Let me just take a look at the chat, see what we got here. Bada boom, bada bing. There's the old Ranby the MC comment. Let's see here. Pith. I love Pith. Pith. I'm a bag holder of Pith, man. So the thing with Pith and Chainlink is there's obviously Pith is Chainlink's first true competitor in the Oracle ecosystem. It's got a smaller market cap. It's got way more, a way bigger potential to have some better returns than Chainlink. Now, I do own both coins, right? I recently bought back to the Chainlink because I was a Link Marine many years ago, and that was my hack story, right? It was early. It was like mid-December. I ordered a shitload of stuff on online for Christmas presents. It was about 5 a.m. I got a text message saying that something was hung up with one of my UPS shipments, and I was like, "Ah, that's weird. Okay, so let me just see what's going on with it then, because I'm really looking forward to this stuff getting here." And one thing led to another. I go to this page. I start filling out some information, and I'm thinking about, again, like I hadn't even woken up yet. I did this while I was still laying in bed. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and ended up getting a drainer. And so I lost my suicide stack. That 1500 link back in the day, that was the old suicide stack, the stinky linkies, baby. But I bought back in. I got over the psychology of all of that recently. Bought back in. So I do hold, however, my bag of Pith is much larger than my bag of Chainlink. And again, it's because of the amount of X's you should see, because the market cap is far lower. That was like this morning. Somebody had, no, it was not this morning. Was it this morning? It might have been this morning. If you had $5,000, would you put that into Ondo, or would you put that into Relio? Relio is a RWA project, right? And here's the deal: is that it all depends on your risk aversion, right? Like, what are you trying to do here? What kind of investor are you? You could do a split, all that kind of stuff. This way you could hedge your bets. But if you had to pick one or the other, again, it all depends on your risk management here. Ondo is the safer play. Rio, ticker Rio, RIO, Relio Network is the project. That, to me, at like a $4.5 million market cap, has a far, far better potential to be like a 50x or something. Whereas Ondo, I think, is going to have maybe a 20 to 50x. I don't know. It all depends. It all really depends. What we need to see is where things are going. How's the momentum? This is how I'm thinking about it, and this is my strategy, because I put a large bag into Ondo moving forward for this little pop here. Now, do I have a little bit of unease about what's going to happen in January? Slightly, but not. It all really depends. Now, with this event taking place like 2 weeks later, the thing in February, the Wall Street 2.0 thing, it lets me think that I shouldn't be as worried about the token unlock as potentially I have originally been. Now I know 134% of the current circulating supply is a lot. That's a lot. However, and I've said this before, you guys will hear me again. BlackRock does not lose. They will not lose, and they cannot lose, right? And they cannot because they will not. And so it is a strategic bet there for Ondo. Look at the actual breakdown on the Ondo unlock. I mean, it's like a one-time thing. They just do it one. Whereas, you look at Sweets, you look at some other we can look at the unlock schedules. They're like some of these projects are unlocking daily, like millions of dollars a day. Like that's a lot of sell pressure. Like you have to understand, like when these VCs get their money, like they want to fucking make that money back. They don't need to sit there in the coin like you and I do. That's not what they do. They get their coins and they sell them. They take their money and they move on, or they sell most of it and keep a little moon bag and then move on. That's what they do. They're not in this to lose. They don't sit and they're not waiting for the market to come back. So they won't be selling like people think. Institutionally, I don't think so. I think that I don't think so. I think it's going to be the bozos like us that end up getting nervous pervis and sell, and then you sell and you give your cheap coins to them, and you're gonna have to try buy them back for more expensive. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. I am going to really, so my whole strategy with Ondo is really to watch how it goes over the next several weeks, right? See how we finish the year. If we are absolutely on a tear and we are grinding up and we are pushing, say we're north of $2 by the time we're, maybe 10 to 2 weeks away, 10 days to 2 weeks away from the unlock, that momentum might be just what we need to not see an effect. Now, if there is a big issue and we see like a big sell-off, you guarantee that there are going to be a lot of people sitting there waiting for those coins to hit the market. And they're going to scoop them up, and they're going to scoop them up cheap, and they will not let those things go until they become a lot more expensive. So don't be diamond hands. I see Brian Gensler, diamond hands. They always say joining communities, joining a Web3 community and having diamond hands are the two ways to get yourself wrecked, right? That's how you round trip. And nobody wants to round trip. Remember to pull those profits. Bitcoin was at $93,000 yesterday. And if you didn't take profits, what's wrong with you? I took profits. Well, I didn't really take profits. I was given profits. I've realized, less than $20 on my P&L for probably funding fees on this trade, this underwater short that I'm in. But I told you, like, you've been here long enough, and there was a lot more buying pressure than I expected, and the thing kept pushing and pushing. But we saw today that exhausted, and that needs to exhaust. That's healthy. We need the price to come back down. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart in a second here. And I'm chatting with you guys today, and this is fun. But when you look at the Bitcoin price and when you look at the chart, and if you look at it on certain time frames, you'll see that over the course of the last couple of days that we went so high so fast that we have nothing below us to support it. And the analogy that I use in the morning is that think of this like we're in the Keys, we're in Key West, baby, and we are in one of those houses that is sitting on stilts. And guess what? There's a hurricane forecasted. There's a hurricane coming through. And everybody else in the neighborhood, man, they got those cinder blocks, and they got rid of the stilts, and they put their house on cinder blocks because they understand what's going to happen. But we are just sitting here on our cinder block or on our stilts, just waiting. So that being said, that's why I've been advocating for, hey, one of the guys in our community was putting in a long at 93, and I think he ended up getting out on some profits, so that was good. But it was just like, listen, you got to understand tops. You have to understand this market. And I know that it's a bull run, and I know the money's coming, and I know that we're irrational, and I know that all this stuff is happening. But there are fundamentals that will never change. And if we go so hot and so heavy so fast, you have to expect a little bit of a cool off. It cannot continue to just go up and up and up. So diamond hands are so 2021. You are so right, Mike. You are so right. Good afternoon, Enrique. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you again. It's amazing to me, and again, I appreciate you being here. You could be doing anything in the world, but we're hanging out here talking crypto. We're looking at Bitcoin at $88,000. Again, it was 93 not too long ago, but who'd have thought that we would be here so fast? I'm super excited for you guys. $100,000 Bitcoin. When do we think it's going to happen? Drop your answers down below in the chat. Do you think it's going to happen this year, 2024, or do you think we got to wait until next year? Do you think that we're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing? Maybe some of the dominance in Bitcoin goes down for a little bit while we let alts run, and then we gather some more momentum. Maybe sometime next month we do a nice little push, and then we consolidate, we collect, we get ourselves ready for January. Could be. Your guess is as good as mine right now, right? XRP, 83 cents. Let's get to the fucking charts. My God. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? All righty. Let's exit. There you go. Here is our Bitcoin chart. As you can see, this is the I got this thing pulled up with the old fibs. And this is why, like, I don't know if I'm like a fib guy, because it's like you look at some of these charts on time frames, and it is like miles out of the fib zone. Like how is the top? Is this zero fib just exponential? You can just go up forever? Not my thing. I'm not really not. Here we go. And this is here. Let's look. We'll go down the list. We'll look at AVAX first. Remember, I told you we still have all of our lines and movement stuff from when we were doing this shit back in October. So this will be fun to look at. All right. So this is AVAX. Now you could see. I should probably turn some of this stuff off because it's a little. Let's turn off support and resistance. Let's turn off the auto fib, and we'll turn off. No, we keep the volume. We need the volume. All right. So we're looking at AVAX here, and you can see, like, when we were doing this, like, we were obviously in a local uptrend, but overall we were in a massive downtrend from March, right? And so, obviously it was, the curved bottoms pay the bills. This isn't quite curved, but you can kind of see that it's making a case for that, right? And so as you can, right here, we got towards the tail end of October, and we got to I like to call it the triangle of love. So because I'm a bull, I always expect that the triangle of love to produce positive results. And as you can see right here, what happened is that we lost the triangle of love right here. We came back in, touch support, lost it again. Now, we have completely changed the structure at this point, 100%, but we still have all of our old drawings, so we can look at it. Look at that. That thing came down to this level here, which we had historical support right here, historical support right here, and that was enough to send it with the timing, with the election, everything. So if you caught AVAX from 22 up to 32, shout out to you. Well, it actually wicked up to 37. So boom, baby. Oh, baby. Gotta love that. All right. Here is our Bitcoin chart. As you know, this is wild to me. Let's do this. I want to show you guys. And maybe it's chilled out, but I was on Femex the other day, and the 5-minute chart was so crazy. See, I think it's kind of chilled out over the last day or so. Maybe we'll do the 15-minute. And either way, it's not the same as when I was looking at this, but I was looking at the 5-minute chart the other day, and it looked like I was looking at a daily chart. Wow. So like do you? Well, now I probably zoomed it in too much, but it's just absolutely crazy what we did in this month. And this is what we wanted to check out, right? So this big pump, and so if we do the same number from here to here, man, it was a lot bigger before when we did this. I think we actually probably had this candle too, because it was 32%, right? So if we were to take 32% from where we're at right now, if we were to just say, you know what? Fuck it, crypto. Let's do the same thing. Bitcoin is going to rip. 32%. Oh, we got to get the 32%, $120,000 Bitcoin. Now, do we think that's going to happen again? I don't. I think that we are exhausted for now. I think that we need to continue this consolidation, this sell-off. We rally the troops, and then we can make another push at it. But we could also just be ranging. If we drop down into, say, the high 70s, we've got a CME gap. We've got no volume support whatsoever until we get to the high 70s. So say we drop in there, right? I'm okay as a trader. I hope you guys are too. If you're a spot holder, it is what it is. You got to deal with some of this stuff. But if we end up ranging for just a little bit while we, consolidate and accumulate and build up that strength to go again. I'm okay if we bounce between the 70s and the 90s or even the high 80s. I'm okay with that. 72K and bullish as hell, 100%. 100K in December. Sounds like it. Could be November. It's only the 14th. And at one point, we were less than $7,000 away from it. $6,600 away from it, to be exact. Fetch. All right, we need to get this thing off the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour again. What is up with our friends at Fetch AI? This thing has just been not performing well the last couple of days. AI tokens really kind of on a nice little downtrend. So maybe good opportunities to be getting in. Actually, that's still Bitcoin. What the hell's wrong with me? Here's Fetch. All right, let's zoom this out. All right, let's go on the daily. We do want to keep it on the daily because we want to look at our old charts and see. Look at this. We had all these buy zones. All right, so we were in the beginning of October, so the end of September. So this is where we were. This thing was on the top. We were talking about all this. We're like, all right, man, we really got to see if we're going to come back down. And it came down into this zone. This was our, if it fucking comes into this zone, buy it level. And look, here was our uptrend that we had. And we lost it, and we have continued to fight and fight. And man, I'll tell you what, I wish we got in to Fetch here in the beginning of the month when we were down at about $1.12. But at the end of the day, $1.27, $1.30, it doesn't make that big of a difference, especially if these things go on a big run. Let's look at the graph. The graph has broken out from here we had a ceiling, here we had a floor, came down here. Look, I try to fucking tell you guys some things sometimes. Like, you just got to respect the trend. You have to respect the trend, no matter what. Even in a bull run, we have to come back down, and we always touch a bottom. And as you can see here, it does this. And maybe it's not always 100% of the time, but golly, man, it does happen so freaking often. Look at this. We came back down, and where did it go? We went right to the level, right to where this bottom support was at 12, almost 13 cents. Since then, as rocket shipped up to over 20, coming back down a little bit right here. But that's the graph. That's one of the ones that we got in our portfolio, doing pretty well. We're up almost 30% on it in the month and 2 weeks, right? Because we got this for October, but we've since had to shift to Moonvember with our portfolio because there was no activity in October. Very little, I should say. H-bar for my fellow H-barbarians. Let's go. Same thing, man. This thing did the exact same thing. Came down. We were pop, bouncing around here, hitting the bottom. And then we lost our support. And then we even lost our bottom support. Remember, if you see these charts that I draw, and we've got all these lines, these are the layers and in which where I want to buy and make my layer buys and all that stuff, right? So this was you better fucking buy in this zone, right? And look at that. We even went down. We got to create a whole new one now. All right. Right here. Boom. There's our new bottom, bitch. Right there. ICP. Same thing, man. This thing was blowing through some of these zones. We came down here, went through the danger zone, since back up through several of these zones, and we are back down. ICP is one of those ones where you probably want to have some exposure to it in the long run, for sure. Injective. This is one that we got priced out super fast. Like, we were looking at it around here, and then Kapowski since then has come down. Has actually come down almost into our you better buy zone, but absolutely on a rip from 15 bucks up to 27. Good job, Injective. We were talking about Jasmine earlier, our Japanese Bitcoin, the Japanese Bitcoin killer. Oh, I see a super chat. Robert Holt, my guy, price prediction 2025 top for HBAR, Graph, and Algo. Man, Algo, I'm not quite familiar with. I mean, I know about it, but I'm not, in the Algo ecosystem. We can talk to AJ about that. But if you were to look at the graph, I mean, shit, I'd hope that's the all-time high, right? No. Sometimes they're very hard to get back up here, but let's see. What is the all-time high? 172, it looks like. I mean, I'm cool with 172. Look, that's a 10x. That's a 10x from here. Let's mark it. I think that graph will get back up. I mean, it wasn't even being used back then. Now there's a lot more narrative to it. There's a lot more things and partnerships and possibilities there. 10x, not out of the realm of possibility. Let's say for the sake of shits and giggles, let's say we're gonna do. Let's do 50% off the all-time high, 85 cents, 254. There you go. There's my price prediction for the graph, 254. I could be way off, but no, we'll give it that. $2.54. What was the other one? H bar. Enrique Suave. I'll go to $1.20. Take it. I'm going to take his word for it. Got in the graph at 14 cents, holding for 70. Absolutely, man. But I would hold for. Remember, we're Super Bulls here, and so 254. That's what I'm holding my graph till. 254. All right, and then H bar was the last one, right? We have H bar is actually the next one on this chart. Oh, look at all these. Look at all these activity lines that we drew here. Man, this thing rocket shipped. This thing rocket shipped from 4 cents up to, what is the high here? Almost 8 cents. Damn. H bar is going to be massive, guys. It's just, I think it's the problem is that it's so hard for people to grasp the concept of it, because when you start to talk to them about it, you're like, well, let me tell you about H bar. If you're familiar with blockchain, it's like that, but it's not blockchain. It's the hash graph. It's the next best thing. It's the next step. You lose people. It's just too far advanced, I think, for people right now. But that doesn't mean it's a bad project. I think it's going to be very well. Listen, Karate Combat is on Hedera. There's a lot of really good RWA plays on Hedera. There is a lot happening on the ecosystem. So if you look at the council, man, I think you got like most of the top 100, most of the top Fortune 100 companies are like on that council. They've got a very, very good partnership group. And I can't see it not going well. Slow and steady wins the race in this point. I think if one thing you got to remember is that if this has all the partnerships, like with the biggest players in the world, and you've got all these things that are just lining up right, but the price isn't moving, you have to wonder why, right? You just have to wonder why. And it could be to keep people disinterested so that you don't invest in that, because that potentially is the future of where all of this is going. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying that it could be. So, all right. Let's see. Well, that's right. We already did all these. Jasmine was the next one we were on. Here we go. Here is one that we had been talking about, and a lot of people were saying the same thing, is that this thing was due for a breakout. Absolutely due for a breakout. And what you can see is we got here very close to the pinch point, the triangle of love, and then kaboom! What did this thing go up? 50%? Bitcoin killer. Japanese Bitcoin killer. There it is. I am invested in Jasmine. As you guys know, we hold it for the portfolio here for the afternoon show. And I believe that is going to do some massive numbers in this bull run. Do I think that this thing's got the potential to change the game for crypto? I don't know. Is it the Bitcoin killer? Definitely not. But do I know that the culture in Japan is very focused and they are probably going to rally around this very well? That's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. And so I believe that Jasmine has got a very, very strong bull run ahead of it. And that's why I got some. You got to have your conviction plays, right? Karate. This one is about ready to dump. As you guys know, the event just happened today, and that's usually what happens is people will take their free coins that they won, and then they will hit the market. The Karate Combat chart is always just so wild with these. It's like a scatter grab. You know, they don't have true candles most of the time. It's a lot of this. Very hard to read and look at. And obviously my ascending zone here is just trash. And so we're just going to, we'll keep it. We'll keep it for now. But I don't like it. Here we go with Kaspa. As you guys know, we have several zones set up for Kaspa. I think Man, if my memory serves me correct, this was like 6 months ago, maybe more, when I was first kind of looking at this, and I was so let me see. Yeah, it was probably like around the July time, around when this was happening, and people were saying, the 10-cent area is going to be the buy zone. It absolutely went up. We played a lot up in here, but it actually came down to the 10-cent buy zone right here, as it turns out, in this month right here. But I mean, obviously, he's made a nice little return since. We were at 15 cents, almost a 50% recovery. It might be time to throw some Caspa in the bag if you don't have it. Near protocol. This is one that we were going to add to the portfolio, but we got priced out of this one pretty quick. I do not own any near. I like the project, but I just don't own any. I would say this thing does a very good job of up and downs. Expect maybe if you're looking for this, I'd wait till you get back into the $4 range. I would. It's just its whole life, up and down, up and down, up and down. You'll have an opportunity. It's up right now. It'll come down. Ondo, as you know, this is my favorite. This is my favorite crypto. Let's go. I don't even have any lines on it because I love it so much. I don't want to dirty up the chart. It's going to be beautiful at one point. I have often thought that depending on how things go between now and 2030 with the RWA tokenization, that we could see a $100 to $120 Ondo. Everything's got to go right. The car's got to fall. This could be a 100x. This could absolutely be a 100x. And that's one of the reasons what I am checking out Ondo constantly for is to make sure everybody should be doing this with your big investments, right? The one that you put the most amount of money on is you should be constantly looking for articles. You should be constantly looking to make yourself more educated and more informed on where you've put this money. And that's why it pisses me off. And it doesn't really piss me off, but I'll say that when you hear people talking about, throwing everything they got into this meme coin and then yada, 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 it's like, you got to be better. You got to be a smarter investor than that. And so we'll get through it. I know you guys will. Listen, everybody's having fun, trading the memes, doing the thing, yada, yada, yada. But at some point, we will move past that, and we will get into some higher caps, some more conviction plays, and we'll have consistent returns. But for now, the D-Gens will be D-Gens. All right. Pith, as I told you, Pith is my chosen horse for the Oracle game. I do like Chainlink, and I have some Chainlink, but I think that there's going to be a better ROI with this particular one. Looks like we're going to be coming maybe down into this little zone here. These are probably like my own little fib retracements. I'm not a fib guy. I just look at, historical supports and resistances and all that stuff. And that's usually where I start to make my ideas of where things are going. In true full transparency, like this week, you guys, I was posting fucking W's after W's after W's with my trading account. And I jumped off my fucking strategy and ended up getting wrecked on it. And so moral of the story is, guys, like, we have these plans. We put these fucking plans in place. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. All right. Let's switch on over to Dex Tools. It's time to go to Dex Tools. That's enough of the big caps. All right. And I want to start first here with our friends at, let me switch this one over here. Our friends at Gotti. We will get off. Well, this is the day chart. As you guys know, a lot of sell-off. A lot of people selling their Gotti. I feel like that is going to be a bad decision at some point. I do know this thing has since seen better days. At one point, the token was about 40. Let's look at the high. It's this candle right here. 41.57. So almost $4,200 per token at the peak for Gotti. Now, this chart doesn't look good. This chart looks like a dinosaur tail. This chart looks like a project that is down and out. But I can tell you this one is down, not out. M Kid, the founder, shows up every day. He's one of those guys that doesn't need to be here. He made $1 jillion in crypto, and he is here because he loves being here. He loves the community. He loves supporting people. He created this project. Well, let me move it up a little bit so you guys can see. What the fuck? There you go. Now you should be able to see the chart. There you go. And so I said something the other day, like I'm at the stage in the game now where I've been here a while. I understand the projects and why I want to invest in certain projects. And then some of these other smaller cap ones and more my meme coin style plays, I'm investing in people that I know and that I work with. And I invest in people, right? And that's one thing. There's a quote, and I will butcher it, so I'm not going to try to say it. But that's one thing that I know that smart investors do is they don't typically invest in companies, they invest in people, right? And so when you know someone's intentions and when you understand what their goals are and their visions and why they're doing what they're doing, it's easy, right? And so that Gotti is one of those for me, and I will be a Gotti holder. We will get back into doing more stuff with MKid in the community there. We did a lot of giveaways on the morning show, and I think it was not advantageous to anybody because we were just handing out coins every single day to the wrong people. And we saw them hit the open market basically the moment that they got them. And so we did that incorrectly, but I think we're going to let the ecosystem heal itself a little. And then we'll get back doing some more stuff. And I think we'll be more purposeful with our giveaways, right? And I think that's one thing that we can all agree on is that, if you're a project founder, if you're in a project that did have a big exposure rate, that doing it the right way, bringing people into the community that want to be in the community, not just giving them coins so they can sell them and take that profit and put it somewhere else. You want people that are going to stick around. So, all right, let's look at another one here. Squid Grow. How's the Squid Grow chart today? I know we were pushing back towards 2 cents since there we go. We got way back over it. 133. Since then, a little bit of a retracement, and we are sitting at about a quarter, about a penny and 3/4 almost. So 1 cent. I would love to see this thing. Absolutely. And this is with a $17 million market cap, guys. This is going to be a couple dollar coin. Absolutely. Absolutely will be a couple dollar coin. And so with a 1 billion supply, what you can always do is, when you want to do some moon math, you could always just go to Coin Market Cap and you can say, all right, let's look at some other projects that have 1 billion tokens and let's see where they are, because then that can help us figure out potentially where we can go, right? So let's look at, with a billion tokens circulating, you got Theta, $1.33, just under Goatius Maximus. You got a 90-cent token. That's new though. Peanut the Squirrel, it's 1 billion tokens. It's $1.75. Dog Whiff Hat, under 1 billion tokens, is at 386. So there is absolutely no fucking reason to expect that this could not be a several dollar coin. And so do with that information what you will. Here are my friends at TRDM. As you know, the Trade Master. If you want to get involved, there is, I think if you hold 10,000 coins, it gets you into the Discord. You got pro traders. You got all sorts of really cool features and stuff that come along with it. They also have some NFTs. If you get the gold NFT, I think you get the same access. There's other tiers and other levels that probably provide you a lot more, maybe some better aspects. But that being said, you can hold, I think we could probably pull this up, right? Dex swap. Let's just see. If you wanted, okay, I got it. 10,000 Trademaster tokens. It's going to cost you 0.06 ETH. That ain't shit. Let's do USDC. $187. So for less than $200, you get access to a Discord with pro traders, with calls, with people making fucking money all day long. Right, Trademaster has a partnership with the High IQ Indicator. There's a lot of integration throughout the ecosystem, so I would pay attention to Trademasters. That coin was like 7 cents last year. It's under 2 cents right now. Or maybe it was like 14 cents. Yes, it was 15 cents. 15 cents. It's at 2 cents. Let's go. And that is with a $1.8 million market cap. That's it. That is it. There has the ecosystem has auto traders. It's got all sorts of really cool features and functions. We did a show with Adventure Bound a few weeks ago. I'm sure we'll have him back on in the show pretty soon. I think the whole goal is to also get him coming on Ben's show as well to talk about the high IQ indicators, talk about TradeMaster, all that stuff within the ecosystem. So get you some exposure, maybe, if you want. Here's our friends at Pussy Monster. As you guys know, Solana's favorite crime-fighting cat duo. Thing's been on a nice little push lately. Love to see that. Since the beginning of the month, we have seen this token go up 75%. 75% in 10 days. I like that. Big fan of that. Shout out to Justin and the team over there. That's another one of those, like, you know, when you invest in people kind of thing, like I was telling you. Justin Gilmore, founder of Pussy Monster, also the founder of the Bitcoin teller machines, the BTM machines. Really cool fucking dude. I've literally hung out with him. I've met him several times. It is, again, it's an investment in someone that you know. He's very successful in what he does. He is very motivated. He does the thing that he needs to do in order to get the job done and accomplish it very well. And I really like the guy. And so that's why I'm still in the ecosystem. That, you know, everybody could have sold their coins a long time ago. If you are still hanging on, look, back when we hit a bottom here, back in June, this thing was 3 pennies 6. Now it's, or 306. Now it's 201, right? That's a nice little recovery over the last couple months. Now, it was way up here, right? When it was like a $3 million market cap. We'll get there. They'll get there. Again, we invest in people who continue to build, who stick around, who have great communities. Those are strong projects. Those are the ones that have the buying and the staying power. All right. That brings us to our last coin. And this thing is fucking roasting today. Look at that. That's the day chart. That's a very nice little recovery from where we were. Let's put it on the hourly so we can see the true magic and see how things have been going. Hey, look at that. So here's the hourly chart. And let's go from the bottom here to where we are here. That is quite arguably a 70% move today. Today's still the 14th, right? Yeah. That's all today. Holy smokes. How about that? VHS on a tear. You know what that means? That means, unfortunately for you guys, the $500, you're not going to get as many coins as you want. Let's see. Let's put this on USDT. 500. So we're going to be giving away 628,000-ish tokens. So what we need to do for that is I am going to put out a post. We are going to put out a Twitter pick. And now I'm going to pick that tonight. Here's the deal. I am going to a XRP movie premiere, red carpet premiere. AJ and I are each other's dates, and we're going to meet Ben and Cassie down there. And we got the CFN film guy, Chris. He's coming to hang out with us. So we are going to be going down there, and I will pick some winners. We'll be doing a bunch of content, all that stuff tonight, but I will pick the winners for that later. But I want to let you know that we are giving away $500 in VHS, and I will put together, as soon as this show is over, I will put together the post with all the rules, because what I need you to do is make sure that you're following the VHS account, Blockbuster account. I need you to also make sure that you're a token holder. Okay? I need you to make sure that you're a token holder, because I know what happens when we give tokens to people who aren't token holders. And even if you buy them now in anticipation of winning, you're probably going to hang on to them. You know why? Because they're going to fucking go up in between now and then, because that's what this token has been doing. So 7813, huh? This is going to be listen, why do I like VHS so much? Why do I like this as a meme coin so much? Well, it's not an animal. It's not a cat. Thank God, because I'm fucking allergic to cats and I hate them. But it's not a cat. It's not a frog. It's not a dog. It's not a log, a hog. What other rhymers do we got there? Not a frog in a bog or a bump on a log. This is what it is. Man, it was 5:15. Shit. I got to get ready to go. We're going down to the city. So I will get that post out. I will make sure that we are gonna give some tokens away to the VHS community. And I don't know if that was part of the plan or not, but after knowing what we know and doing what we've done, and just we want to support community members that are loyal and strong. And look, VHS is fun, man. If you're gonna put money into a doo-doo Inu coin, man, you could put it into this because everybody knows Blockbuster, right? Everybody know it's a nostalgia play. Right? You could get yourself a Blockbuster card. For Christ's sake, where's mine? I'll show you. I have one. Where do I? Oh no! I have to go to my profile and just scroll down. When did we do this? This was here. I'll show you. We'll just scroll down the timeline because there's a couple posts. There we go. This is one that I said yesterday. Not sure if you know, but VHS is pumping when others are dumping, and we know why. AI does a really good job. Let's see. Yes, I am in an abusive relationship with the Chicago Bears. Where's our other? Here we go. Here, this is what I was looking for. Guys, you can make your Blockbuster card too. It's very easy. Very easy. All you got to do is go to the website to do that. And it is, give me 1 second while we, what? Let's try that again. Here it is. So you just go to the Blockbuster VHS _X account, right? And then you can go to VHS.WTF. And from there, you go. You scroll down right here. Oh, I got to share the tab here so that you guys can see it. We'll bring it back up. All right. So you go to VHS.WTF, right? And you create your membership card. So now what I'm going to need you to do, here's what you didn't know about the giveaway. I'm going to put out the post. And it's going to tell you what you need to do. But I'm going to give you some advice right now. Go get your membership card made. Because you cannot win any of this token unless you got a membership card. And you're going to have to post it on the post. And you have to tag all your friends. Just a couple of them, not all of them. I know most of us have a lot of friends, and that would be a daunting task. So be ready. I will let you guys, I will get that post out, and then we will get these winners picked, and maybe we'll pick them live. AJ and I will pick them live from the Cybertruck on the either way down to Atlanta or on the way back from Atlanta. So that being said, what a day. You got over 500 people here watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Shout out to you guys. Make sure that you guys hit the heart. And I will do one last demo for you guys, just in case it's your first time watching a live stream on X. And I know nobody knows how to like them. And it's okay. Again, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I just want to show you. So here you go. You're watching like this. You're like, damn, dude, that's a good looking guy right there. Watch this. You go like this. Oop, wrong way. That way. So you go like that. And then all that stuff at the bottom shows up. Boom, hit the heart, make it red. And then you can just go bada boom, bada bing. I'll tell you what. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. As you know, it's pizza day. I'm not eating pizza right now, so I'm going to need a favor from you guys. I need you to eat pizza for me. As you know, I am training for a fight December 6th in Dubai against Eric Grimace, they call him. We are fighting for a title belt. So I can't be eating pizza right now, but I will be soon. So with that being said, I want you guys to eat pizza for me. I love you. Have a wonderful evening. And we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for Web3 Breakfast. Ciao for now, babies.